Hello from the University of Oklahoma Horn Studio. This is the clinic of the 27th Etude from Max Pottag's book, Preparatory Melodies for Solo Work. This is being used as auditional material for the Oklahoma Music Educators All-State Band and honor groups. Whenever you're looking at a piece of audition music, you need to figure out what are the judges looking for. Why did they pick out this particular exercise? What are the traps? What are the pitfalls? Well, first of all, with this particular exercise, if you look, there are a lot of different note values. We have triplets, dotted quarter-eighth notes. We have dotted 8/16ths. We have, besides triplets, we have running 16ths. And we need to make sure that when we go from triplets to the 16th or a quadruple subdivision, it's rock steady. And one of the things that we can do with this is practice with subdivision. Also, if you look at your dynamics, this is a fairly big exercise. There's forte, there's fortissimo, back to forte, then there's piano to forte. So you have a lot of different dynamics, and you need to make sure that there is a difference. So what you should do is play a nice piano, then mezzo piano, mezzo forte, forte, fortissimo, and I don't know if you're going to get that much variation on this tape or not, but there was quite a big dynamic range that I actually played right here. So you have to make sure that all the dynamics come out. We're not two dynamics, we have four different dynamics right here. And you need to make sure that all of them are in control. Let's look at the mood of this particular exercise. It's bold. It's really aggressive. Risoluto. It says decidedly, but that's not really a great definition of this. Really, it's resolved. Risoluto means resolved or steadfast, really rigid, which means that you must make this tempo absolutely rock solid. Just very determined. What I would recommend is playing a nice controllable tempo. Now I'm going to go down to about 88 for right now, just for practice purposes. And what I would do, I would stay on a single pitch and practice these phrases with all the subdivision. For instance, when I have the dotted quarter-eighth note, I will subdivide eighth notes in that. If I have dotted 8/16ths, I would subdivide all 16ths. Then, what I'll do, I'll go ahead and put the notes in with it, but I would tongue everything. So forth like that. It's a little bit unnerving to do that, but once you establish those great internal subdivision, it's going to make this thing a lot more easy for you. I can tell you that if the people get passed on into the second round, this particular piece could be a very easy source of elimination for the adjudication panel. On this exercise and the third exercise that I'll be addressing in just a few minutes, if you notice on this exercise, there is a repeat going back to the sign towards the beginning. I would doubt that they would seriously want you to do that. However, what you should be able to do is start at the double bar on the third beat of measure 8, play to the end, then take the repeat and play to the fine. I wouldn't count out committee doing that, just to see if that's going to throw some people off, especially in the final round when they're wanting to make cuts. That could be an easy source of elimination. Be able to play it front to back, as well as in the middle, going to the end and jumping up to the beginning and play to the fine. Just a little word of advice. With the tempo, I recommend going around 96, and if you feel adventuresome, you could go a little bit faster to 100. But this is moving. One other thing I want to call your attention to is that the duple eighth note is longer than the triplet eighth note. What to avoid is getting a generic length to these eighths. Notice there's a lot of space in there. Don't do that. It'll trip you up and it'll cause you to rush. I've thrown a lot of stuff at you on this one. Now's the time for you to practice, and practice the details and practice the way I told you to, and you're going to be successful. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.